Now I know what you're thinking. Ohana means family. Family means no one gets left behind or forgotten. But some of these Disney live-action remakes probably should be left behind and forgotten. But let's talk about Lilo and Stitch. Hey guys, AJYT Abbott here. Welcome to my review for Lilo and Stitch. This is the Disney live-action remake of the animated classic. I love Lilo and Stitch. I think it's one of my top 5 favorite Disney movies. Probably top 3. It's definitely high up there. I connect with the characters. It's very heartfelt. I love the emotion. It's got a thrilling climax. I connect to the characters, the music. So I actually, despite my opinions on the other Disney live-action movies, like, I don't know, Snow White, Mufasa, The Lion King, Pinocchio, Dumbo, Mulan. So many of them that I just did not like. But here, I was actually excited. I was liking the marketing, the casting seemed to be great, Stitch looked great, and he does. He looks fantastic in this movie. And I was really looking forward to this remake, surprisingly, where, as the other remakes, I was like, here we go again. But I was looking forward to it. So if you guys haven't seen this film yet, there will be spoilers. Of course, this is a remake, so if you haven't seen the original film, there will be spoilers for that as well. Definitely go watch that. And let's get into it here. So, Lilo and Stitch. This movie was actually really entertaining, guys. This movie makes some changes to its story and its characters that I will touch on later that I wasn't too fond of, but I'm going to get the positives out of the way first. I really felt the heart of this movie. That was my biggest concern. That, yes, while I am bugged by the changes that they make later on, I'll talk about that. I was most concerned with, can they land the heart of the original movie? Can they get that emotion out of me? And yeah, they actually did. I'm here to say this is actually one of the good remakes, guys. You have Stitch in the beginning, crashing down to Hawaii. You have Lilo on her way to hula class, and I really love the actress that's playing Lilo here. I thought she was fantastic, as well as Nani. The casting here is fantastic. It is a big part of why this movie really works, because they handle the emotions very well. The sisterly dynamic between Lilo and Nani is pretty well done. There are moments where it seems like Nani might not be the most, like, caring, like she's not even paying attention to Lilo as she's trying to show her Stitch, performing Elvis, so when she opens his mouth over and over again, playing the song, Suspicious Minds. And there are some moments where I didn't feel it was quite as strong as the original movie, but later on in the movie, they definitely pay it off, and by the third act, by the end of the movie, I was feeling some of the emotions that I feel when I watched the original movie. And that was really surprising to me. They leave in a ton of the music from the original movie. You have Hawaiian Roller Coaster Ride. I was glad that was in there. Just some iconic pieces of music that everyone associates with that movie is back in this one, so I really appreciated that. You have, like I said, the CGI on Stitch is fantastic. He looks so you can reach out and touch him. He's so fluffy. I really love him in this movie. You got the original voice actor for him back in this movie. I love that they have him back. He actually, I think he co-wrote, co-directed maybe the original film as well. I don't know if I'm right on that or not. Sorry. I know he's somewhat involved in the making of the original film anyway. But I was glad to see him in here. And then you have Jumba and Pleakley. Now, you have Zach Galifianakis playing Jumba. And then you have, I'm blanking on the guy's name. I should have looked up the names before I do these reviews, but I don't, because I don't do things professionally hardly anymore. But it's the guy, he played the villain in Roadhouse from last year with Jake Gyllenhaal. It's that guy, and he plays Pleakley. I definitely like Pleakley a lot more in this movie than I like Jumba, because they do some changes with Jumba. They make Jumba the villain of the film. Gantu is not in this movie. You have this other social worker character who's played by the original voice actress for Nani, which was cool to see. But I was missing Cobra Bubbles there. Instead, he gets this role where he is this guy that's investigating these alien life forms, and he's trying to track them down throughout the whole movie. Wasn't a huge fan of that, and I wasn't a huge fan of them making Jumba the villain, because I was just like, man, where's the badass, sequence at the end with Gantu hanging on the end of the ship, and they're fighting him on the ship. But instead, you get a sequence where Lilo's on the ship instead, and she saves Stitch, and Jumba gets taken back to prison by the end of the movie, so he doesn't get to stay on Earth and is accepted by the family, and has this heartwarming, resolution with them, and becomes a part of the family. Because if you remember in the end of the movie, Jumba and Pleakley stay on Earth, and they actually integrate with Lilo's family, and there's, during the credits, they're, like, giving him Christmas gifts and all this kind of stuff, so it's really heartwarming. And I was kind of disappointed that they kind of took that away from this. I mean, Pleakley's still there, he stays on Earth, but, man, why couldn't we have Jumba there? Why couldn't we have Gantu? It has to do with the budget, I think. That's why I'm saying this was originally meant for Disney Plus. That might be an integration of that problem, having, not enough money to do Gantu in this movie. But yeah, I was missing Gantu. The climax, the conclusion of the film did feel a little bit lackluster because we didn't have that epic, fight scene with him. But it's still a heartwarming conclusion. Lilo and Stitch crash to the ground in the ship, and Stitch is actually drowning, and he decides to let Lilo go up to the surface instead of her saving him. And then Nani goes back to him after Lilo's like, what about Ohana? And, Stitch is down there laying on the ground, and he's ready to die. And Nani saves him, and they manage to bring him back to life by hooking up jumper cables to him. That was pretty funny. The movie is very funny. There's tons of hijinks with Stitch going to, like, a wedding when he initially crashes. That's a scene that wasn't in the original that I feel like they had to add on here to add to the runtime, pad it out a little bit. So, yeah, guys, overall, I was really happy with this movie. I am gonna give Lilo and Stitch a 7 out of 10. I think the casting is really great. I love that we have the music in here. There are the iconic shots, like Stitch when he initially crashes and rises in front of the fire, in front of the ship. You have that shot in here. They have the snow cone guy. He can't eat that damn snow cone. He's always got to be dropping that shit. And I just loved having the original voice actor of Stitch here. It felt like home. It felt like we were capturing the magic of the original film. Now, I'm not saying this is better than the original film in any sense. I'm not saying that the heart is better than the original film, because I'll always feel more strongly when I watch the original than I will when I watch this. But I will say this. All these other Disney live-action remakes, I don't rewatch them. But this one, I actually might consider rewatching this from time to time. So take that for what you will. There were some issues here with the characters and the story, certain decisions and changes that they made, swapped things around that I didn't really care for. But overall, I had a great time with Lilo and Stitch, and it's one of the good remakes. So definitely go check out Lilo and Stitch in theaters. Go check out The Final Reckoning and my review for that. If you haven't already. Hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know what you thought of the film down in the comments below. Share your ranking of the Disney live-action remakes if you want. And I will see you guys in the next one. Take care, and goodbye!